Brad Winter from Region Weather Live, your YouTube source for weather across the Dakotas and Minnesota, with just a quick update on the thunderstorms for the next couple of days across our region. And currently here Tuesday morning, we have just a few thunderstorms and some showers across southern parts of South Dakota and far northern Nebraska. Obviously nothing severe at this time. But you can see where the Storms Prediction Center has our slight risk for today down in the far southern parts of South Dakota, some marginal risk a little bit further north, making it just up to the North Dakota border for today. And so the models, once again, as we get into the afternoon hours, we're going to be looking at some storms popping up one more time across southern parts of South Dakota. We're looking at the possibility of seeing some pretty good storms with some large hail associated with them. And then eventually, as they continue on into the evening and nighttime hours, we're going to be looking at it transitioning over to more of a wind event. Now, further to the north, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, a lot of these really aren't expected to be severe. You might have an isolated pocket up north, and even in some areas up in North Dakota, you might have an isolated severe into the afternoon hours or perhaps into the early evening. But otherwise, the severe weather is expected to stay down to the south. As we get a little bit deeper into the night, you can see how those showers and storms continue off into the east and push into Iowa as we get to beyond midnight. Now, most of this, again, up in the north is just going to be some general rain and some scattered thunderstorms. Nothing to be too concerned about there. Now, on Wednesday, we've got this one pocket here across southern parts of Minnesota, including the Twin Cities metro area, where we're looking at a slight risk. So that's that 2 out of 5 possibility, with the marginal risk reaching up kind of close to Duluth and then across the remainder of the southern parts of Minnesota. Now, there is going to be this frontal boundary that moves across from west to east that should help set off some thunderstorms as we get into the afternoon hours. So it's just a matter of where some of these storms are going to develop. Obviously, is going to determine who's going to get the severe weather. Now, this particular model, you can see, kind of shows it developing a little bit further to the far eastern side of that slight risk area. But taking a look at some of the other models and the timing, we have that front a little bit further back, a little bit later as it continues to push eastward. And you can see how those dew points pool up out ahead of that. So that's where we're looking like this area in through here has got the better chance for seeing that severe weather, just because it looks like that front's actually going to be lagging a little bit further back to the west. Now, on top of that, at the mid-levels, you're going to have this punch of stronger winds that's also going to be nosing its way in there. And at the low levels, just enough low-level winds, some stronger low-level winds in there as well, that's going to help aid some of these storms. So with these storms, we're going to be looking at hail, some winds, and perhaps even the possibility of an isolated tornado. As we could see those photograph, you can see how that kind of curves around in that photograph there. So just a possibility, at least, of an isolated tornado or two down there. Now, Thursday, we're going to continue to have some of those stronger winds poke into the southern parts of Minnesota. We've got this low here as well that's kind of coming down. It's going to create a cold pool at the upper levels. And so with that colder upper level air further to the north, you should see some more showers and storms pop up on Thursday. We've got the possibility, given some of that driving mid-level winds, of some stronger storms down to the south. And so it's going to be driven a little more by the instability and just what's going on at the upper levels. You can see we still have plenty of high dew points down in southern Minnesota. So wouldn't be surprised still on Thursday if we see a few severe reports down there. Now, the good thing is, at least from a severe standpoint, as we get into Friday, we still have some higher dew points, but we're also having mainly some northerly winds at the surface. That's not real conducive, obviously, for severe weather in general. At the upper levels, we're starting to lose some of those stronger winds. Even those winds are becoming a little more northerly as well. We might have a little disturbance coming out of Canada for Saturday that might bring some showers and storms across North Dakota. And then again on Sunday, perhaps enough instability across South Dakota, North Dakota, maybe even Minnesota for some isolated thunderstorms. But other than that, given the direction of the mid-level winds, not really expecting a whole lot going into the weekend. So let's take a look at the forecasted high temperatures going into the weekend. It's changed a little bit since earlier in the week. We're looking at mid-80s down in the south on Friday, 70s to 80s in the north. On Saturday, things are looking a little bit warmer than what they were earlier. We're looking at 70s to mid-80s. Not too bad. And Sunday, a little warmer, everything in the 80s generally, perhaps even 90s across parts of South Dakota. So a few more days of some severe weather, particularly across the southern portion of our region. And then as you get into the weekend, not looking too bad for those of you who might be starting your 4th of July a little early. So good for you. Hope you have a good, safe start to your 4th as we get into the weekend. And hopefully it'll be clear and dry to light off some fireworks for you as well. All right, everybody, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the little bell button that pops up beside it. That way you're alerted next time I upload a video just like this, or then the next time I'm on live, it should alert you as well so that you can keep up on the latest severe weather. If you've already done that, or if you don't really want to hit the subscribe, at least just hit the thumbs up button. That helps my channel get a little recognized by YouTube and helps get the word out there to others. So for Region Weather Live, I'm meteorologist Brad Warner, and everybody have a good day.